you mind telling me your name and where you're from?
I'm William Mackendree. I am originally from Augusta, Georgia. I was born there. I went to Georgia State University, and where I got my bachelor's degree in philosophy, and then I got my master's in visual arts. I think I always was attracted toward what I would just call simple, essential imagery. So for me, the symbol or the sign becomes a very sort of like pregnant element. So many possibilities it can become. So that was like the first paintings I actually showed in a gallery in Paris was in that sort of vein. They were very simple images. They seemed to suggest symbols and archetypes, but almost unreadable, because I didn't want it to be readable. I didn't want it to be someone to be able to say, "Oh, I know what that means." I wanted really there to be a sort of a mysterious space in the painting, but with a hint towards something. The difference is today, though, the prevalence and the weight of the art market on artists is heavy. And I think this is stifling innovation and just openness and innovation, because artists now, you go to school and you think about right away making a career. In the 20s, that wasn't even an option, just do art. It was more an activity of a dedication and of a passion and something risk-taking. So that makes a big difference too. When I first started teaching, and that goes many years ago. It was, essentially a job, a way to make some money to supplement what I consider to be my primary activity, which is painting. And I would say that where the priorities lie is still my primary activity is as an artist, as a painter. But over the years, this sort of what I would call separation or hierarchy has gradually, doesn't even factor in. It's not even a question for me anymore. They're so similar in activity. This is kind of Platonic, It's sort of he would say that everything we know, we already know. It's in us. It's innate. But we don't know we know it. We have to do things to bring that knowledge out. And for me, making art is a way of bringing knowledge out that you already have in you. And you could say exactly the same words for teaching. Looking back on it, just the luck that I've had over the years of teaching, not only here but other schools, the good fortune to have had interactions, and sometimes meaningful interactions, when you're really able to give knowledge or to spur somebody's belief in themselves. You can't put a value on that. That's what life is all about, really. That's what I think. In the end, it's more so than what you may accumulate in terms of your professions or your reputation or whatever. I think when you get, when you look back, really take the long view all the way back, it's in those, how you have either been a part of or somehow connected with other people. So, as a teacher now, I have a much different perspective. Let's say a few years ago, I don't know, I felt sort of, even though I'm that much more older today than my students than I ever have been before. The age going back in time was always closer. But somehow I feel that less. I see parallels too. It's easy to see parallels in a period like even ancient Greek history with today, because human nature is always the same. As far as I can tell, I don't believe it's sort of a fallacy to think that we can improve human nature It just keeps repeating itself, and we see this in the Greek tragedies, and we can compare those with what's happening today. It's the same stories that keep repeating themselves, and I find that fascinating. It helps give an insight to your own experience, really. I'm involved with a set of mental archetypes that are just part of human nature, because it's maybe how we try to figure out existence, which is really, in the end, unfathomable. So you have to sort of accept that. Art's one way of dealing with that. Not controlling it, not understanding it, just dealing with it, just sort of coming to terms with, the mystery of existence, really.